I cannot believe I'm about to give this away. Like, I feel a little bit scared. I won't lie. I feel a little bit scared. So what I'm going to do in this call is I'm going to break down my method of how my clients make 10K and quicker in their first month working together. If you are looking to do something big, we literally just spoke to a guy that wants to create a growth monetization kind of agency, I guess you could call it. And the potential for skyrocketing your business when you get the right fit for the right person and you have the right data for somebody and you're prepared to do the work, you're prepared to do everything, it's going to expose yourself. It's how I partnered with a business and went from 5K to 25K in 3 weeks. And yeah, it's how whenever we get students come into my process that are still trying to figure out what they're doing, it's not what I traditionally help people with, which is I help entrepreneurs stop self-sabotaging through neuroproductivity. But with all my wealth of experience of being a former growth partner at a 7-figure company, building scalable sales infrastructure, building businesses for the last 3, 4, 5 years, as well as growing up with family with an entrepreneurial mum, it's something I can give some wisdom to. And by the way, just as like proof for this method, this is exactly what Elisha did to do 8,900 in her first month working together. So we had 8 sales calls, 5 converted, 63% converted. Total sales was 8,900. We ended up giving her a script for that. But if you want the sales script from us, just DM me on Instagram script, and I'll also give you the sales script as well. The reason why I'm giving this away is because in hopes you watch this video, you go and make 5K, 10K, 20K from this method. And then you're like, wow, Luke knows his shit. Let me go and work with him. So if you're one of those people that takes some things and then goes and runs with it, cool. Go and figure it out by yourself. But I can imagine you're here because you struggled at some point with growing your business and you're here and you want help. So I'm just going to give you a quick strategy that all of our clients use who are 17 people and booked 10 calls and then onboarded 2 people. This was in her first week of getting started. And then literally by the 22nd, and she had another sale closed. Oh, she also closed 3 new clients and hit her goal is 5K a month, but she did 6,500 cash, 8,900 in sales the first month. And then if you go to, you can also look on my Instagram, and this is the method that we did with with Taylor to go to 5X her business as well. What we used to do 4X Taylor's business in the first 5 weeks. And then she made 7.5K and traveling across Asia. So we know this works. This works. Like if you come into my program and you use this method and you aren't scared to message people, like you will book calls, like guaranteed. So I'm going to break down the basis of it. And then I'm literally just going to give you the training for free. And then you're going to go and send anywhere from 20 to 40 messages a day. And you're going to go book a load of calls. So the basis is right now you're probably trying to figure out what to do. And you're like, I don't know what to do. I'm unsure. And it's like, well, okay, go and ask your audience. And you're like, well, I don't know how to go and do that. And it's like the thing that you have right now is probably time. So if you have time, go and use it and go and book some calls. Now, within the message, it's going to talk about giving a 15-minute chat away in exchange for 15 minutes of coaching. Don't change the basis of the message, okay? Like you're going to just go away and go and use this message. All you've got to do is just change the offer framework. So when I talk about this here, the fastest path to cash. When I talk about this bit, like, hey, yo, really appreciate our connection. I was wondering if it'd be crazy to ask for you to help me. Use this. All of this is tested over 2,000 messages have been used to test this. This is what works best. The only thing that you need to change is with a mission of helping people do this. It should be like 10 words maximum. Looking for some people to help me with market research in exchange for 15 minutes of free coaching. You don't have to be a coach. Just give some advice based on your experience of what would work for them based on what they would say. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just go and do this. Now, once you have done that and you've booked in a ton of calls, you're going to get a ton of research data. And then what you're going to want to do is once you've got said research data, that is going to go back into your content. It's going to go back into your elevator pitch. It's going to go back into your ideal client and creating an ideal client avatar. And it's going to go back into maybe if you're looking to create a VSL or a landing page, or if you're looking to do email copywriting, you're just going to go and use all this information and go and do that. Now, last little thing is when you book these calls, these 15-minute calls, is anybody who you feel is a good fit to onboard with your service, what you're going to do is you're going to book them into a 60-minute consultation. Now, when you do this, it's so key. Every single call, you're going to look to bam, fam. Book a meeting from a meeting. So at the end of the call, there's a few key things that you want to ask. Obviously, ask the market research stuff that I talk about in the training. But at the end of it, you're going to ask something like, why is this a priority now? Why is this a priority for you now? And they're going to say, oh, well, I want to do this, this, and this. Okay. In that case, whilst the coaching advice that I'm going to give you is going to be super helpful, I don't think it's going to be the magic bullet to get you to whatever the goals are, they say in here. What I think would make a little bit more sense is hopping on a little bit of a longer call. And in that call, we can break down timelines, results, how this can work for you. I don't have a ton of time to break it down now, but if I did that, is that something that you'd be open to exploring? They're going to say yes. And then you're then going to go and book a call. If you want to go and book a call, just go and use Calendly, or go and use your Google Calendar, don't overcomplicate it, and then go and do that. And then you're going to go and use the script that you're going to DM me for now. The reason why I'm not giving you the script is because I want to give you another whole training on how to use that. If I try and break this all down now, it's just going to be a super long video, and the intention is a super short video because I've only got a little bit of time to do this. So just DM me script and I'll send you the breakdown of that training. People pay thousands for this. If you're just getting started and you're trying to work out how you would convert somebody, trying to get this going, you're trying to get some market research and you're looking to pitch somebody for your new service, just go and do this. So with that said, I'm going to attach the training. Again, I do all this because I only work with a select set of people. And if you're looking at my videos and you're like, oh, Luke, I haven't got the money right now, I'm not sure if the stuff that you do works. This is not even the main stuff that I teach. This is just part of my business brain, the stuff that's worked for clients and stuff that will work for you so that you can have the cash flow to come and rock and roll with us. So, and with that said, if this was helpful for somebody that you know and love, then make sure to go and share this with them, because the only way that we grow is through you guys. So share it with somebody that you feel would benefit from this. Yo, so I wanted to break down the market research method. Very simple. All you're going to do is you're going to message all the people on your Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, LinkedIn, contact list, Facebook groups, etc. And you're going to prioritize the people who regularly engage on content, on your polls, have recently just followed, regularly view your stories, etc. And there's two intentions for the market research. One is to get your messaging dialed in. One is to adjust your offer for what people actually need. And the second is to build trust, or the third is to build trust when you do the 15 minutes of free coaching. But also it's to book and qualify people. So that's into a demo sales call. I call it a demo call, but call it whatever you want. Roadmap call, a lot of people call them discovery call. This is going to be super simple. So all you're going to do is just send this. And I know this sounds really simple, but I've tested so many different messages. I've tested some big ass messages, and this has honestly been the highest converting one. So 49% conversion rate back in December 2022. I sent 102 messages and booked 102 messages, booked 50 calls. I think that's 49%. But yeah, it's around those numbers. We also had my client Farah. She went from having 0 calls on her calendar. She booked 10 market research calls the first day that she used this and just blasted all her contact. And then from there, that ended up turning into 5K in sale for a $1,500 program, some of them on payment plans. So it works. We also just had Taylor do this method where she did this. She just made a $1,500. She just made a $2,000 split over 3 thing, which is the highest she's ever charged, which is awesome. I've had a lot of other beginner people do this as well, and I've done this as well to actually bring a lot of you into this space. So very simple. You just blast this message out to a ton of people, and I would recommend doing this at volume. Right now, I would recommend that you do anywhere from 50 to 100 messages per day, because once you have the foundations of this is going to really allow you to book enough market research calls to fill your calendar with sales calls. And then once you have that in place, then we can do a little bit of a hustle and who to get your offer together, and if you haven't got it all down already, and we can move from there, and I can teach you the sales script as well, which is really simple. I can give you the video for that. Don't get too caught up in the weeds. I just want you to focus on booking the calls in the first place. Like, that's the win. Your goal from here, your first little win, is to book 3 calls, and then from there book 10 and go from there. Very simple. So you just send this message, and then from there they're going to give you a time, or they will reply, and then you say, oh, would it be easier if I just send you a link that you can find a time in the next couple of days? So this one, yo, a pleasure, sounds awesome. What about Thursday or Friday? I'm out traveling back on Wednesday evening. And then I send a Calendly link, which looks like this. You can just go ahead and copy mine. I have an exchange for mine, but I keep this really open. This is my most available calendar. So I've got 10-minute slots. Yeah, 10-minute slots all the time, all the way up to 6 a.m. my time. I only do it 5 days ahead because anybody who books after that tends not to show up. I've got some text reminders in, which just say, you might need the paid version of Calendly for this, but they just say, hey, super excited to connect with you later. Small note, check your emails for the Zoom link. And yeah, like, it's really not that complicated. And in the market research call questions themselves, I'll create you a copy, but let me explain why we ask each one, and you can choose which ones you keep in. Name, standard stuff. Tell me about yourself. This is just a 30-second overview. It builds trust and lowers their guard. What is your ultimate goal with growing your business, or what their goal is? What's your ultimate goal with life? What's the number one thing you need, and what's the number one thing you want? So ask these questions separately, put them all in the same box. What's your biggest struggle as a person with your business? Now, adjust these questions to you. I actually took this question out, but I've kept it in because of, take this one out because I've kept it in just because I want the data, but I don't ask it anymore. Self-discipline, eliminated self-doubt, and self-sabotage. What would you say you find the most challenging? So have a think before you adjust this. What's your ideal client's 3 biggest pain points? And then from there, adjust it. What's your biggest fear with your business? What's something you desire with the life that you want? This will show you the thing that they want but they don't have, and their biggest fear. This all just influences your marketing, your messaging. If you got XYZ results, how would that impact your life? You could change that forever. So that is you're starting to build a gap from where they are now to where they want to go. So I'm just making this gap bigger. And then I'm asking, hey, what's the ultimate consequence if you don't? So I'm taking this island and I'm putting this further over here. So the gap is bigger. So this is Hell Island where they are, and this is Heaven Island where they want to get to. This is what's your perception of me and my business, or me and my thing. This is, again, a trust building question. What would the perfect solution look like to you? And some people may get caught up on this. So you may want to ask, what is the perfect support look like to you in terms of knowing what you want and what you're struggling with? And then you can say, if you were guaranteed going to reach your goals of X, Y, Z, what's the maximum you would invest to get there? Make sure that you get a number out of people. People are going to talk out of their arse here, like, oh, like things are tight, la, 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 la. Be like, okay, cool. So is that 2K? Is that 2K? Is it 5K? Is it 20K? Is it 30K? Like, just give them options if they're stumbling. And then go from there. And then if you had the perfect program or solution that got you everything you wanted, what would hold you back from doing this? And then this is going to give you objections, which you can now start throwing into your content. And then as you're going through that section and you're measuring up what they've said to you, you want to ask, does this lead fit my ideal client profile? Yes or no? Can I solve their problem? Yes or no? And are they open and engaged? Yes or no? If it's a yes across the board, you want to say something like this. Hey, just before we close out this call, reviewing all of this, I actually think you're perfect for this offer I'm working towards. I don't have the prices yet and I've got to hop into another meeting right now, but would you be open to hopping on a slightly longer call to learn about this new offer in the next few days? And then they're going to say yes. And then you're going to go ahead and book them whilst you're on the call into your calendar. If you have another Calendly, then brilliant. You're going to make your life easier. And then you're just going to go, okay, cool. Copy this link. Give me 1 second. Gonna book it in. Boom. Do this. Da 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 da. If you don't have that, you can just go to your Google Calendar and you can say, okay, so just looking at my calendar, I have a 10 a.m. on Friday, or I have a 1 p.m. Which would work best for you? And they'll be like, oh, do you have anything next week? Be like, no, I don't think that I do. How about we pencil something in Saturday evening? How would that work for you? Something like that. Again, this is really going to be more of a get to learn as you go kind of thing, what works for you. So that's the method. Get rolling, get moving. This is a quick one. People always like, oh, but Luke, like, who do I message from here? Like, I'm not sure, like, who to message, like, who to book in. Like, literally, this is so fucking easy. Just go to your fucking Instagram. And, like, if it was me, I would just be like, right, okay, this person's getting messaged. This person's getting messaged. This person's getting messaged. This person, like, just message everybody. Like, the best thing that you can do is just unattach and be like, don't worry about people responding or re-engaging conversations. The intention is for you to send a message. We actually found when finding out this method that when I would message people and say like, hey, how are you? We would actually get less replies than just pitching this thing anyway. So just go and give people a reason to reply. And you are the prize. Like, your time is more, you may think that you need to request this time from other people, but actually you're the prize. You're giving them something. You're giving them your free time, their insight, your advice for them to grow. So actually you are more on a pedestal than the other person. So go ahead, go and do this method. It's going to help you book some calls in and go change some lives and get some research. Now, if you want to go like even deeper on this and like understand the intricacies behind it, then I do have another YouTube video, which is this one. You can go and check it out and you can see how I implemented it. I also had no hair, so go and enjoy that. But the intention is to get genuine research for your genuine marketing and to be a genuine person with this. The intention is not to sell. I just happened to do over 200 of these calls. And then I was like, oh, some of these people are my ideal clients. Why don't I just book them into a consultation? That's what I would recommend that you go and do. And you'll find you'll be able to go and help a lot of people and just get some wins in, get some calls booked, and really get the needle moving forward. So with that said, hope you enjoyed the video. Peace and love. If you enjoyed this and you want to work more closely with me, then go and check out the main video on my channel. Go and book in with us. Otherwise, peace.